I walked into a university lecture hall and asked one question: is AI an essential skill? Every hand shot up. Second question: which AI skill exactly? Far fewer hands. And that right there, that's a gap virtually everyone misses. We know AI matters, yet we oversimplify it, framing AI as the magic bullet for our modern world. I spent an hour with 40 students at AIU London unpacking MIT research which underlined that 95% of AI initiatives fail, not because AI technology doesn't work, but because of how people try to implement and use it. Most treat AI like a fast food vending machine. Type the right thing, get the magic output. One tool, one prompt, job done. But here's what I learned working in government. The real power isn't in tools, it's in coordination. Getting multiple systems to work together, especially establishing humans in the loop, creating trust and accuracy, refining data flows. That's orchestration, and that is AI. This is the difference between using AI and actually getting valuable outcomes from it. The students understood. You could see their mindset shift in real time from yes, AI is important, to okay, I now understand how to apply AI holistically. If you too want that understanding, a real competitive advantage, then I invite you to listen to my talk.
Everyone, my name is Daniel. I previously worked in the UK government, heading up the logistics and supply chains policy. So a bit different what I'm doing today. I'll get a bit more into what I was doing there in that work in government, and some of you may be interested in that. I'm making a bit of a career change at the moment. But before I begin, I just wanted to ask, how many of you think that AI will be important to your career going forwards? Just a quick raise of hands. Okay, pretty much everyone. Some of you know. For those of you who said no, I think there are actually some valid reasons for your argument, mainly for the question I'm going to ask now, which is, what do you think the actual skill is for AI that you need to learn for it to advance your career? So does anyone have any ideas as to what that is?
Skills about AI?
Yeah, what is like the actual skill? When someone says AI is going to be important for your career, what does that mean?
From my point of view, it's important to know how AI works.
Mm-hmm.
So we are protecting ourselves from AI.
Yeah.
Protection is the most important thing from my point of view.
Cool. So like ethically and also how you use it.
Like you remember Tesla, it was a new, I don't know, but why other countries don't accept Tesla self-driving and just USA accepts self-driving? This is a reason, yeah?
Yeah.
So we have the same.
Okay, that's valid. Any other ideas?
Really how to apply it actually to be useful.
Okay, in what sort of way?
So it's like, well, how it can be beneficial for you in the same way, like, around any sector you work with, so there's an AI where you need to know how to use it, what prompt to use it, how to utilize it.
Yeah, that's correct. But there's so many different ways to utilize it, right? So you've got LLMs, chatbots, all of these things. Do you think it's just utilizing the chatbot, or is it sort of how those systems come together?
Well, to be honest, yeah, from my point of view, AI, it's been there on the market to support the hard workers, yeah, to help.
Yeah.
But sometimes now in our days, it becomes like a danger, because AI is taking our jobs. It's controlling too much in control. Look at Amazon. Yeah? I've been there in the field for not long, but they are controlling a lot just because of the AI. There are so many mistakes happening just because of the AI, and well.
That's a really fair point as well. But I'd like to throw a quick statistic at you that's been quoted everywhere. But MIT did a study and it said 95% of the use cases of AI are used at the moment this year. So the question for you as students when you go into this is like, if you think it's useful for your career, but businesses aren't using it in a way that's actually effective for them, how then do you translate that into actual returns for you when you get into those careers as well? like you were saying as well here, on how it's not working in some companies. I'm going to get into that a little bit more later, but I'll tell you a bit more about my story first and sort of where I'm at now and why I'm speaking on this issue, basically. Next slide, Bruno.
We'll be taking some pictures. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure thing. So, I can do it from here if you like. If anyone can see it. I think this is a fair reflection of my career, and it starts off with lobbying within Brussels in the EU. Then I went on to join the civil service fast stream around like 2019, when a lot of crap was happening basically. So I joined when we were dealing with a lot of Brexit issues that were happening at the time. One of my first jobs was essentially getting in Class A goods into the country if Brexit was a hard Brexit and what we were trying to do there. Then after that, COVID hit, and I was doing essentially, I touched it. So I was essentially working on the regulations within transport and getting maritime guidance out for shippers and what we need to do there. Fast forward, and you can see here it says, how did it get so bad? With the supply chains crisis in 2001. And again, working on there, my main role was coordinating people and bringing large groups together. So that's stakeholders, other departments and industry into actually translating this into policy as well. Then we have another crisis, which was Ukraine. And I went to work on as the policy coordination lead for transport humanitarian support, and then also on transport sanctions within that area. Again, very similar role, bringing people together and making sure that translates into actual action. Things still not so great. Has anyone heard of VES?
That's the new visa.
Yes, yeah. So that creates a lot of problems for the UK as well, being not a member of the EU. So again, how do we deal with this from a cross-departmental perspective? And then one final positive thing, where I led Freight Week for the Department for Transport. And within 2 months, we led a campaign that led to £200 million of investment for the freight sector. Again, a lot of this was in the pipeline to get done, but it required a lot of bringing people together, government approval, ministers, and so forth. So my skill this whole time has been bringing people together and really trying to amplify complex ideas into one policy. However, now I feel if I don't invest myself fully, well, outside of the civil service into AI as it's raising, I think I'll be left behind. And I think government is a really noble pursuit and something, if any of you are looking to pursue, I'm not bashing it at all, but it will be the final adopter probably of AI. So for someone who's interested in this field, it's going to be hard for me to actually get good at that if that's the area I'm working at. So now fast forward a little bit into what I'm doing and a bit more on as an answer to the question that we were sort of going over earlier, what are the AI skills you should be learning at the moment? So Bruno, next slide, please. Thank you. Has anyone seen this quote? It's only from a month ago. And does anyone know what it means? This is Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, who said, "We are entering the fast fashion era of SaaS very soon." Does anyone know what that means?
What's me for SaaS?
Yeah, that's another good question. Software as a service.
Yeah, exactly. Initial
Online.
Yeah, the online part, exactly. Does anyone want to just have a guess as to what this means for AI? And it's quite recent as well.
Yeah, to use it AI as a service.
Yeah.
Not as a tool. Not to don't be afraid, as I said it at the beginning, that we are afraid.
Yes.
I'm not like that actually. I do understand how AI can help, even though sometimes it goes too much into our private life, and we have to be aware of everything what's happening. Just to be able to be on top of AI, not
Yes.
behind AI.
Yes. So knowing how the system
Yes.
works within itself as well.
So we would like, as a human being, we must probably, from my point of view again, be in control, not AI in control. Because now
Yes.
sometimes AI is in control a bit too much.
Yeah,
From the point of view again.
there's a famous phrase for that, like human in the loop of,
Yeah.
of what's going on at the moment there. So I totally agree with everything you've been saying. Go on, sorry, both of you. You first.
But still we can't deny that we need to progress.
Sorry,
And still we can't deny that we need to progress.
yes,
And we need to go forward with or without disadvantages.
Yeah.
We can't deny we're using it all the time.
absolutely.
Even the students, no matter what we say, still we use.
I think so. Yeah.
And we do the CV, so we get a good presentation, or even when we have assignment, we can't deny.
Yeah.
We try our best to put our words, but that one is over there and it's helping us.
And I'll get into this very soon, but there's a question like understanding. You definitely have to use it when you're trying to advance it, and it's going to advance quickly. It says fast fashion.
And with the software, it's even better.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I have a negative comment related to this fast fashion with
Yes.
the area of SAAS. So this is like we would not see many high street shops. So what's happened then? People have to go online and buying their product. And there will be the customer reliability will be decreased because of so many scammers out there
Yes.
getting their own software. You buying product and the product never knocking your door. So
Absolutely.
there's so many scammers. So that will be a big negative effect from I would say like AI or if there wouldn't be any high street
That I would like to learn about AI. I would be there guiding you. Just cross the road because you are just scared of AI, and I will be guiding you there. No worries.
You have a point. I would say with most areas,
I know you love me, so that's why I made this good comment.
with most areas of new technologies, you're always going to have your positives and benefits. With the fast fashion statement, would you like to
Sorry to interrupt.
Go on.
But with this software, it means even the IT gonna be without job.
No, not necessarily.
Not make software a program.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So everything gonna be in the hands of AI.
That's the new era, but who knows how much it lasts? It might last 10 years, it might
Yeah,
last
but you
100
need some
years.
sort of guidance for it to work, no? Because
Yes.
like it is at the end of the day artificial intelligence. It's not, you cannot expect a program to create something when you know that you need it to be this way. So you have to give it some guidance for it to create.
But still
it
is
that
there,
way.
we're gonna use.
No, I'm not saying we're not going to use. We will use it, but a lot of it depends on how we will use it. So like the end result will be on what we asked it to do.
Just to reel it in a little bit.
So this is good for the owners.
The question here.
They can't be owners.
You are affected, I can see that.
No, not to get too existential. It's here. So the question for all of you, just going back to the original slide, is how is this useful for you, and how are you going to get ahead, and what does that actually mean within the system? So this statement here, entering the fast fashion era, says yes, there are some negative connotations to that, but for you specifically, this is amazing. What this means is that you are in an era where you can create literally anything for a problem that you have, and it's not going to be done in a way that you're just chatting into a chatbot and it gets it filled for you. You can ask yourself the question, what are the 5 things I use ChatGPT for at the moment on a daily basis? It could be CV writing, LinkedIn. It could even be, I believe you're all finance and accounting students, right? How you could be drawing that into your actual workspace there. And you can do it all for free as well. So
It depends even from the keyword that you use.
No, for free costs you a lot more than
I can show you how to do it for free.
cost data gathering.
Mm.
Sometimes you use your data and it might cost you a bit more than paying for a service.
I will go through the specifics later on of how you can already get using this, but you do have a point about data sharing. I think as students, you should be experimenting with this. So if you're worried a bit about your data, there are some methods around that too. Yes, sorry.
I feel like an example of what you're saying is a lot of small businesses in the fashion industry, they sort of find it hard to get their foot out there and show like their pieces of clothing wise.
Yes.
And getting the model, getting the studio, etc. So they you see, like recently I've seen a lot of small fashion houses doing like AI modeling, which not only gives them like a bit of a UPS, because I'm like, oh my God, this is so different, that's so cool. It also like cuts their cost a little bit, not doing the model, the studio, the camera, because it's all just done online. And yeah, I think
you're bang on. This is exactly it. Like what you have with SAAS is that it costs lots and lots of money to make, in the region of £500,000 to get it set up within a company. You as students, if you went into a job right now and you had the knowledge, oh, I can do this in accounting, oh, I can do this in finance. Cool, I'm going to create a system now that does that for me every single time. You are 100 times more valuable to that employer than if you just come in and you do the job every time perfectly, but it's not getting done on an automated basis and you're not adding the intelligence that you need to do to get it done. So fast fashion, what you said about how people can also do it in more creative ways, I think. And like, say for me, I've never been a coder, I've never been super technical. Within the last 9 months, I've created products where, for insurance companies, where I'm horizon scanning for them, and I'm getting specific details that go on a daily basis. Literally 200 articles go into it. It gets the best thing. And then I add layers on top of that of AI as well, where it's even going into detail of the database, one you could use in accounting, and it goes in and gets to the exact report that's been generated from a certain day. And I have no technical experience. Imagine what you can do in certain areas that are there. I'm not just speaking in the chatbot, thinking of like, I have to do this on a daily basis. How can I get it circular? Next, please. So going back to what we were saying on how you can sort of start doing this and get ahead, really. My answer to the question of like which AI skill is useful for you is you should be looking at it holistically, the same way I coordinated a lot of teams. If you're using an LLM in a business, the reason why 95% of them are failing is you're using it individually. No one can see what you're doing and you're going to get different answers every single time. With this, however, you can set up determined outcomes for businesses and for yourself as well. And I'll get a bit more onto like the nitty gritty of what that means. Essentially, within all of this, this is a SaaS you could make just with all 4 of these products here. Has anyone heard of N8N?
Yeah.
Okay, really look into that. That one you can use for free. And essentially what you can do is you can get AIs talking to each other. I can give you a really simple example of something that would be useful for you as students, but it would be LinkedIn, for example. I've created a very simple bot. It took me literally 1 day where I feed information on what my brand is and also like what my brand colors are. And then I get it to do deep research as well using a tool, because it's agentic AI, where it goes in, it finds out something each day related to my topic, it verifies it, and then it even generates an image related to that topic. And I can just post LinkedIn posts 3 or 4 times a week for literally the cost of 25p each post.
So this is another era of coding.
Yeah.
It's not the coding we've been used to. It's a new coding like Minecraft, like
Kind of like a game,
yeah.
Yeah, it's much easier.
I studied myself initially back in Romania high school, Math Info,
Yes.
and mathematics and informatics, and I did a bit of coding, C++ and other programs, whatever. But this is a lot simpler than C++, to be honest.
Oh, a million times more simple than C++. Essentially in this, you take one spot, you connect it to another, and then you connect it to another and you get an outcome. I'm happy to show you a bit of that at some point after this, but it's not complex. Then you have it interacting with the LLM. You have all your LLMs of choice, and you can have those LLMs talking to each other. Imagine you have, like in the example I gave you, one AI doing deep research, another AI taking that deep research, turning it into something because it writes better than a certain AI. And then you have the final AI taking all of that together and creating an image for you that's related to the post. So that's the area of what I think the genuine sort of competitive advantage for you would be if you start learning this. All of these parts, so this is quite straightforward. This is if you want to turn it into something more visual, you can create everything you need with this part here. But say you want to create a product that you want to sell, that's easier than ever as well. Or you go into an organization, you've created an automation system, but you want everyone to be able to use it in a really simple way. This is for free for all students, by the way. So you should definitely get that. I don't have it for free. It's a free trial you can get for a year called Cursor. Cursor is essentially a coding platform, but it uses natural language and it interacts with everything. You've probably heard of Claude Code or some other areas where you can talk to an LLM or Lovable, these things. Super expensive, crap, and also not the best output there. Have a look into this. Once you've got your automation set up, you literally just have to give it a webhook leading to your automation, and you say, I want it to look like X, Y, and Z. Then you can create a website for free as well through another thing called Vercel. Once you've got that, it's all up on the web. Anyone can use your automation. Superbase. You are all into accounting and finance, so I suggest you get a bit familiar with this in general, but this just hooks up the brain of everything. So every time you run something, it's only going to run it once, but if you want it to memorize what you've been doing, learn, get better, you need Superbase attached to it as well. So I'm going to share some more stuff on that later, but if you want to go to the next slide, please. Thank you. This is my LinkedIn here, and please feel free to connect because I run a free email each week. So if you reach out to me with your email address, I give a weekly update on AI, which goes through really sort of detailed posts of where the next disruption is happening and what you can be doing there. On all those tools I just showed you and sort of the examples that I give, I also have a sort of YouTube channel where I'll be running how to do that and all the areas I use for free. I haven't been able to get into too much detail of it now, but I'm very happy to share that video with you at some point, and you can learn a bit more about how all these systems interact together. I think that's it, Bruno, to be fair.
I think, well, I don't know if applause to you because of your time today.
I'll just do a selfie if that's okay.
Oh yes, that's
So cheese.
Cheers.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.